Hello, Happy New Year. I hope you're all doing super well. I hope this year is kinder to everybody. I'm Henry. I'm super grateful for the kind words I've got the last couple of days on the recent Fairytale in New York by the Pogues and Kirsty MacColl cover video I did with my friend Laura. Nadia Hunt. I'll link her information in the description below. And I know a lot of people have asked me sort of how I make videos, how I go about making things. So I thought I would show you very quickly. I'll try and keep it as quick as possible, but there's quite a lot to go through. So I do everything in Logic Pro X. So this is the first Logic session I made for this. Basically, I did it in loads and loads of different sessions because there's a beginning part, an end part, and then I did a different session for adding lyrics, all kinds of stuff. So I worked as a bit of a mess. But anyway, and I kind of decided how I was going to do it as I was going. So it's all kind of a bit of a mess. It's not all just one session. But anyway, so this is the first one I sort of did. And really, the culmination of this is just two parts. So you got the drum part, which went down first, and then a double bass part. And these are the only, I think, two of the only sort of virtual instruments in it. Anyway, so let's have a look. So the drum track, if we just solo that, is this. And then all these little parts here are all... So basically, I scripted all the drums in. I didn't play it in live. And the software I'm using is called Modo Drums, and it takes a little while to load up the interface. But let's have a look. Right, come on, load. So this is Modo Drums by I can't remember who does it. IK Multimedia, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I'll link it below. And you get loads of different drum kits. The difference between this and sample-based drum plugins, other sample-based drum plugins, is this is modeled and sampled. So it takes audio samples, but it also models them as well. Kind of a bit like piano tech. I won't really explain lots of that now. But anyway, it's really nice. It gives you loads of flexibility because it's modeled, and so you get stuff like you have the left and the right sticks, and they can hit in different areas and different sizes, which means you can have all kinds of different sounds. Something else that's really cool, let's just go into... So you can edit all these different parameters on the snare and make it sound really cool. So I don't know, let's find some part with a snare. So maybe we want... I don't know, make it bigger, change the volume on that, loosen the tension on the snare brush thingy, Madula, beads, whatever. Anyway, so that's kind of like, oh, I can't undo that now. How was it before? So it's a really good program. I really like it. Basically, it makes the drums sound real, and it's hard to make drums sound real. Logic has really nice drum kits built in, but they sound kind of real, but they just don't sound amazing, and I think this sounds really nice. It's got like a mixer, blah, 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 blah. And what I did do, which is worth saying, is, I don't know if I've got it here. Basically, what I did was I set a tempo, created that's not what I wanted. Then created a drummer track. And then found a groove that I thought was, let's solo this. So let's say it's literally that groove. So I'd take that, and then I drag it into this actual track. Basically, it converts it into MIDI information, and so that's how a lot of this was done. So yeah, so we've got this. You can see all of this sort of stuff here, and it was all programmed, which sounds like cheating, but everybody does it, I think. And so let's find there should be a nice fill. Where's there a fill? There's a fill here. And then you just hear some nice, which is just cool. And then I was so pleased with these snares. I think there's snares up here as well. So we've got left and right snare hits, like that's a snare, that's a snare, that's a rim shot snare, that's a snare. And they just sound, because you've got that different left and right, they just sound different and cool, and I like that. And anyway, that's probably a massive tangent. But anyway, yeah, drums. So so those little fills I programmed in myself, and they're meant to sound like the end of the original. It has lots of and then when I came to record it, I learned the part and then played the part on the drums. And you have more flexibility when you put it in as MIDI, so I couldn't have just recorded it on the drums and it be like this. For example, you have... how did I did? Is it this? Yes. So here we have, this is how open the hi-hat is. And so here, if you listen to the hi-hat, it's open here, and then it closes. So we took like maybe, oops, daisies, this section, open, closed, open, closed, open, closed, open, closed, and so on, which is really nice. So you get a really realistic drum sound. Anyway, that's the drums. I was super pleased with that. So basically I did the whole drum track first, and then moved on to the second instrument. The second instrument was basically the double bass. Now, so in the video, there's not me playing a double bass. I don't have a double bass. I play cello. I did actually play the cello, but the cello doesn't go low enough for the bass part, and so, oh, that's blooming low, isn't it? So I'm using here ages ago. For last Christmas, I think I got myself Spitfire solo strings, and I'm just using the bass plugin here. And it sounds really nice. The part that I played is kind of similar to the original. I think I listened to it and worked out the part. Boom, 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 and so on. But yeah, the string sounds are nice, and I like them. And I just wrote that out, and then bounced out the drums and the bass track to, let's see, which one was it? I think this one. I'm really bad at, these are all my, these are all my projects for this, and I'm really bad at naming things, so project 3, what even is that? Anyway, so here we go. IGYG. Oh gosh, right, okay, so here we have, this is the drum part and the bass part together, kind of, and we've got, turn off the click, and so on. Right, so this was where I did the bulk of the work. This is the second half of the track. I did the second half before the first half. This is basically the whole instrumentation. So we have got, obviously, the drums and double bass. Then we have one guitar, two guitars. So this guitar is just my normal 6-string guitar, regular tuning, and then this one is, I'll show you, it is, where is it? It's this one. So this is with Nashville tuning strings, so it's basically the same tuning, however the top, oh, that's out of tune. I'm not going to tune it now, slightly better, but anyway, the top 4 strings, or these 4 strings, I don't know if they're the top 4 strings, the bottom 4 strings, I don't know, but they're an octave higher than on a normal guitar, which is what the strings, if you have a 12-string guitar, then you have like octave strings, intervals of an octave on the first 4, and then I think the bottom 2 are the same note. But anyway, so it gives you, it's basically like having a 12-string guitar, but you can pan the different strings left and right, and so that's what I did here. So we have high strings, and it's not without its flaws, it's got like problems, and then that's the other one on the other side, and they just sound nice together, I guess, and because they're left and right, it gives you like a nice stereo separation. Yeah, so they're panned left and right, it gives you a nice stereo separation. I like that. So they're the guitars. What else? Accordion. So, oh gosh, there's so many tracks. This was hell for my computer. It struggled. So this is the accordion. A couple of different takes. It's kind of similar. I probably went wrong here. Let's hear how I went wrong. I don't know. I probably made a mistake. Anyway, so that's the accordion. And oh yeah, I did some other accordion takes for the. Let's take these. Whoosh, let's solo all of this. What does this sound like? An absolute mess. So that's just lots of accordion takes, and I figured out which one sounded nicest and did that, and it looked like it was that one. Woohoo! Look at that! Yay! Oh no! Oh, okay. Actually, this is at the end of the video. There's 2 accordion videos, and that's because we had 2 accordion tracks. There's chords and notes. And I could play interestingly, the chords on the left-hand side were, I wasn't great at playing them, but they were also slightly differently, ever so slightly, like slight sharp or flat, as opposed to the, like on some of the chords. I think maybe some of the reeds were slightly sharper or slightly flat. I don't know. But thank you to Erich Walker, by the way, for letting me borrow that, because that made me able to do the whole thing. Because without the accordion, I just wouldn't have bothered, really, I guess. And yeah, it's a lovely instrument and it sounds great. And so what all these things are, then these are all the strings. Now, I'm not a very good string player, so basically I did lots and lots and lots of little parts and edited them all together. So let's take, I think I got a bus here. Right, so these are all our strings. Oops. And they kind of come in and out and in a not very pleasant way, but oh look, my computer struggles. Oh, we've got harmonica in here as well. Where's the harmonica track? Harmonica track is, I don't know, somewhere here. Oh, it's probably here. Yeah, harmonica. And the bells were ringing out. And so if let's take maybe this one and have a listen to this. That doesn't sound too bad. Oh, nice. And then we can just layer it. Lovely. Let's make these a little bit bigger. Boosh. That's too big. I'm loving it. Apart from I don't have McDonald's because it's not good food. Okay, right. So, okay. This is the other thing I did with the. Whoa, where are we? Come on. With the strings. I tuned it all up. Oh, is this one tuned? This one isn't. This one isn't tuned. Well, okay, that's great. But it looks like it is. Oh no, it's not here. So let's, I'm so sorry, this might be a tangent. I might have to edit all this out. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe this is interesting. If it's interesting, let me know in the comments below. But right, so these notes here, you can see are slightly sharp. So we can pitch correct them and bring them. And you can also change the vibrato amount. This is a poor example. Let's find one that I definitely did auto-tune. I thought I tuned the whole blooming lot. So, this is definitely auto-tuned. Maybe, come on. Yeah, see, 100%. Let's solo this track. And sometimes when you auto-tune things, you get little artifacts. I'm not a very good violin player. A lot of people auto-tune vocals. I auto-tune violin. I don't really care. It's fine. Whoopsie daisies, that's everything. Let's re-solo that. Like, and then, nothing playing yet. A lot of these string parts have lots of different takes as well. So this took quite a long time because, I mean, let's say there's all those takes for that, and there's all of these takes for this one, all of these takes for that. What even is this? Like, for some reason I thought that bit was better. I don't know, but there we go. And then this bit, let's have a, you get the idea though. It's like these are different takes and different parts of different takes. Okay, let's have a look at this. So I couldn't play that all at the same time or in one go, so I just split it into two different things. That's not nice. That's slightly sharper, this one, isn't it? But wait, let's have a look. Oh well, I can't be bothered to have a look. But you get the idea. Basically, lots and lots of different violin tracks all mixed together. And this took a little while. Because I'm not great at violin, all of these little tracks, I tried to record a couple of few. Obviously, there's like, what, I don't know, 20, 25, 50, a lot. There's a lot of them. I couldn't record that many videos, so I didn't record that many videos. I recorded just a few videos that kind of showed like the general idea of the bits that I was playing. So there's bits of violin that aren't in the video because it would have taken forever. And it might not have even been out by next Christmas. So, whatever. I was pleased with how it sounded. And I was pleased with some of the harmonies. you can hear bits that aren't perfect. And if I didn't auto-tune it, it would have been dreadful. Would have been awful. I wonder if I can... I probably can't. It'd probably take ages to turn off auto-tune for each individual track. But maybe one day I'll do that, and then it will just sound like an absolute mess. And everybody will be like, "You're actually not a great musician. That sounds terrible." And I'll be like, "Okay, bye." Anyway, so then what are these? I think these are extra bass parts. I bounced it out, and I wasn't happy with how loud the bass was, and so I just went back to the previous file that we opened first and bounced out the bass soloed, so I could have it a little bit louder here, I think. Oh no, that's not even that. I definitely did do that somewhere. But anyway, these are... Play. This is... off eBay, off a film music producer who I had a lovely discussion with, and he was a very nice man. And I thank you very, very much for your instruments, and I'm using them well, and I hope you're doing well. So that was that. And he actually sent me a link to a documentary that he scored all the music for, and I haven't yet watched it, but it looked really cool, and I will do. And I thought that was just really wholesome. And then this is me. And so on. That's just that, and looped, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's, to be honest, that's pretty much most of this section. What else is there? Random bit of strings. Harmonica was the only other thing, which is here. Oh, I have increased the buffer size to the maximum. Yeah, so this is... I don't know where my harmonica is. But yeah, that's harmonica. Cool, I like that. It's in D. I happen to have one in D lying around. And so I added that in. I think that's pretty much everything for this. I don't know why that's called that. Oh, this is Laura. This is Laura's voice. I added this in.
Archer was singing.
But I wanted to edit it in a different thing, so I did. Yeah, and that's probably Laura's address. So let's hide that. Anyway, all together sounds like this. So everything just adds up and it's nice. If we took out the guitars, it'd be kind of boring. Strings. I could have been someone. Well, so could anyone. You get the point. Right, so basically bounced the instrumental out and took that into... no, after I bounced that out, basically what I then did was I worked on the intro. So let's go to, I think, started here. Project 3. Yeah, no. This is why you should label your files. Intro. Right, okay, here we go. So this was how I started the intro. So there's two sections. There's a first half and a second, well, first third and second 2/3, whatever. And the first half is like piano, strings, and Shane MacColl singing on his own. Anyway. So to start this, I basically did some piano. You'll notice, if you are keen, that the piano I played in the video is my piano here. However, this is all super duper out of tune because it is by a window, it's the middle of winter, and my piano tuner, he came recently, but it's out of tune, and also it's tier 4, so nobody's going anywhere. Anyway, so I recorded it here. What we're using, Contact. So this is a VST, for anyone interested. I played it in with this, on this keyboard, which is a Roland RD800, which I really like, and I played it into Logic using the Gentleman by Native Instruments. I'm talking about VST pianos. Basically, if you don't know what a VST piano is, it's a software that reacts to MIDI. So all these are MIDI notes over time. And you can't even blooming see them. These are all MIDI notes over time, and they basically trigger samples, which are recordings of a real piano. In this case, it is this one. And I like this. It's really important to get a nice piano sound, because piano sounds can so easily sound terrible and not very nice. This one is good. I like the Gentleman. It's a nice sounding piano, and you can edit it. These aren't the exact settings I used, but you can sculpt the tone and all kinds of stuff like that, and lots of exciting things. In terms of upright pianos, I really like the sound of that, but mixing it in, I'm not very good at, especially into something big. And so having something that's really in tune and fairly easy to mix in, it just saved so much time for me, and so I used this. I did have VI Labs, 6 Labs, I don't know what they're called. They make the Ravenscroft 275 Grand Piano VST, which I think is gorgeous. I did have a test version of their Modern U, which I think is based off a Yamaha thingy something, U3 maybe, I'm not sure. And I did have that, and I tried that for a little bit, which the creators of it were very, very kind to reach out to me and ask if I could trial it and do some recording for it. But I didn't get around to recording it, so I did still have that trial, but I deleted it because I thought it was not very nice to have something that I could potentially use, but I haven't paid any money for or given any services towards. But having said that, it was amazing. It was, I think, the best upright piano sample I've ever found. Anyway, that's a total tangent. Was it nicer than the Gentleman? Yes, I think so. The Gentleman is also very nice. I bought a version of Contacts Complete for Christmas this year, which is very cool, and it came with this, and it sounds nice, and so I thought I'd use it. I also do have Excellent Audios. I don't want to change it. Let's change it. I also have their Modern Upright, which is nice. I just don't think it's as nice. It's kind of not as clear, and for this song I didn't think it sounded as nice as the Gentleman. Anyway, that's a load about VST pianos. It's not very interesting probably if you don't really know or care about them, but I do, and there we go, that's that. So I bounced this out, exported this out. This is just the piano track, exported that out into Project 3, definitely into Project 3, and so oh, come on, load, why aren't you loading? So whacked it into here. So this is, and here we have cello, which is me playing the cello. That's not a virtual instrument, but I don't play it very well, so I did tune this. I think if we open it, oh no, but it's bounced from somewhere that was tuned, even though there is slightly out. You can hear the piano in my headphones. Anyway, so that's our cello. And now all these parts, this isn't actually in the original, all these parts in the middle are just extra string parts that I recorded on violin that I thought I might add in, but ended up not liking, and so I just didn't put any of these in. These are all just like little test bits. No, they're not very good. I could have spent more time on it, but love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams and so on. Yeah. Some of them are quite nice, but some of them are also terrible. And I didn't like the sound of having a high thing there. So there was an extra cello part, which is it here? It's somewhere. Where is it? Or maybe it's in a different file. There's a separate cello part, which is like the I can't remember the exact lick, but it's Dun, 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 dun. That's how it goes. Is it this one? No, it's way longer than that. Anyway, it's somewhere and I can't find it right now. But it's cool. Anyway, so basically then I bounced this out. Cello and piano. Don't save. And it's going to open another one. Whoops. And then we took that into this, which was the whole instrumental cover, which is why it's called instrumental cover. And then I added the lyrics. But there's some other things we added in as well here. So let's have a look. What's this? I have no idea. This is a song of something. But it's all it's all muted anyway. I don't know what these are. What? Oh, it's just other strings. Okay, I didn't add them in, I guess. Some of the strings I muted out when I bounced out the second section, which is here. This is the bounced out second section from the previous file. So let's just solo that. Some of the strings I didn't include in that bounce out, so I just bounced them out separately and put them into here, down here. So I think these are strings probably. No, these aren't strings. Where are the strings? I think these are probably some of those extra strings. Not these. Doesn't sound great, but I guess I figured it added something. Oh yeah, there's also a harp in there, which I think I bounced out from another thing, which isn't in the video. So I don't have it anywhere to. It's probably in this one. Harp. Can't really hear it, but there is a harp in there, which is just the Logic stock harp and two, one run and then another run, one pan left, right, one pan left.
Junk lying there almost dead on
and this is the vocals. This is my vocal part. There's lots of different takes all spliced together, and some of them are dreadful and some of them are okay. And is there any auto-tune? I don't know if there's any auto-tune. No, there's not. Not in that one anyway.
You're pretty queen of New York City when the band
If you don't know how these work, let's dive in and have a look. So these are all different takes, and you can cut and mix and match different parts of them. So
you're pretty.
Let's say we want a different one. Let's cycle around here.
You're pretty queen up. You're pretty queen up. You're pretty.
Oh, come on, computer, keep up.
You're pretty queen up. You're pretty. You're pretty.
I don't know, some of them are different, some of them are remarkably the same. And there wasn't much point
of New York City when the band. Of New York City when the band. Of New York City when the band.
And the reason I recorded lows wasn't because I thought I was doing a dreadful job. It was just because, well, I thought I might be doing a dreadful job, I suppose, but also it's just good to have lots of ones to take little parts from. So that's my vocals, and there's a load of. I didn't like how they sounded, so there's loads of processing and loads of like little bits of EQing. Come on, I don't know why this is just one on its own, but yeah, I tend to use a lot of just stuff like that. Anyway, I'm not really a great mixer, but I did this so it sounded okay. This is I like this. This is a free plugin, TDR Nova Parallel Dynamic Equalizer. So let's just see if we can watch that work. So let's find some.
Of New York City when
basically, when certain frequencies go over a certain threshold, they duck them out, cut them out.
Playing, they held on for more. Sinatra was.
There's a lot of sibilance in there that I didn't take out anyway. Right, so that's my vocals. That plugin is free. Go find it. It's really cool.
Swinging, all the drunks they were singing.
This is
we
Laura's.
Kissed on the corner and danced through the night. The boys of the NYPD choir were singing, "Go away, babe."
She has such a great voice. I just love it.
And the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day.
And to be honest, I didn't really have to do very much to this. This was recorded on a phone, and it sounds so good. I was well impressed. There was like you get some sort of phone sounding echoiness that I have not got the skills to remove entirely, and so
you promised me Broadway was waiting for me.
It's kind of, I guess, phone mic is slightly more tinny maybe, and so I had to do a little bit of EQing out here. There's a compressor. What did we EQ here? Some highs out there, and maybe some. There should be a high pass as well somewhere. I don't know. There's a few other ones here. Oh, there's loads here. Just DS's and stuff to get rid of some sibilants. These are all, they look like massive things, but they're really not. They're like little ones like that. Anyway, Laura's vocals just sound just great. Just divine. Yeah, lovely. So this session was basically just adding the lyrics to everything. And this is the first section, this is the second section, and I put them together and... I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas. Oh, this is extra. This is that extra cello. Got on a lucky one. Came in 18 to 1. So if you listen to this on its own, you can hear that it doesn't sound great. It's not great cello playing, but let's have a listen. And there's a bit of auto-tune there, I'm sure, and I don't know why. Oh, maybe this is... It sounds so naff on its own, but in the mix as a whole, it sounds passable, I guess. Anyway, and to be honest, I think I bounced out of here into, oh my gosh, let's open Final Cut Pro. So after that, I basically just recorded loads and loads of different video. Oh my gosh, so many video parts. I got a sneezy cold. Like video parts like this. Oh yeah, the tin whistle. I forgot there's a tin whistle. The tin whistle is about like a bit of a semitone too high, and overall, so I had to pitch the whole thing down. So, this is gonna sound dreadful, probably. It's too sharp. Anyway, but yeah, you get that's that video, and there's tons, and I just chose which one was. This is cello video. Let's see what this one does. Because these are all mimed, I'm not using any of the audio from these. And so on. Oh, bit out of tune, but you get the gist. That's it. Cool. There's another memory card full of things as well. What's this? This probably sounds dreadful. Oh no, you can't really go wrong with a tambourine. Oh look, where's this? Oh, that's loud. Everything is so loud.
Ah, come on.
That's what I do when I get it wrong. I often get things wrong. Bum, 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 bum. And I probably made some mistakes here somewhere, maybe. Oh, maybe that was a good take. No, it was wrong. So that whole video gets tossed. Anyway, so the process takes a little while. I'm not astoundingly brilliant. And yeah, let's show you the Final Cut Pro. If it loads. Final Cut Pro. We're back. So yeah, this is basically in a nutshell the video. Can we show a particular part? Oh yeah, so at the end, all of these are all here, just layered up nicely. All these videos are mimed. I'm sorry if that ruins any illusions of excitement or anything, but it would have taken years to have done them all in individual takes and them actually have the right audio. But yeah, and we've got the wonderful Laura. Basically how I did the video is do it in little sections. So that's section 1, that's section 2. This was sort of section 3 or whatever. And just so it kind of has some development throughout the track, I guess. And like this I thought was a nice shape. I don't really know very much about making videos, but yeah, just kind of like... Oh, this here is Emmeline Pankhurst. Laura's grandmother, I think, was a suffragette. And if you don't know anything about the suffragettes, because you lived in a cave forever, go look them up. Or maybe you're not from England, because I guess it's English history. Yeah, cool. Anyway, I don't really think there's very much else to say. Other than that, I was pleased with the outcome. After I bounced it out of this, I bounced it out to another... This video, I bounced the video out to another one just to do a couple of final little edits and add some text and stuff. And that's it, I guess. The drums in the video were 2 separate videos put into one. It's not as impressively seamless as it actually looks. There's a lot of sort of cut corners and stuff and little tricks. Not cut corners, but tricks. But yeah, I guess that's a more honest outlook of how it worked. I hope that was vaguely interesting. I hope that didn't go on for too long, and I know that I've recorded like 45 minutes of video that I'm definitely going to have to cut down on. I hope that answered maybe some of the questions you have about how I've done or do things. I hope it hasn't ruined some of the idea that I can play loads of instruments without doing 30 odds or something takes. Or perhaps it's made you think, instead of thinking, oh, he can play loads of instruments, maybe it makes you think that, oh, I could probably do that, and which is a good thing. So, yeah. Also, thank you so much to Laura for doing the amazing vocals. I'll pop her links again in the description. If there's anything else you want to know, let me know in the comments below. It would be great to answer as many questions as possible. And if you want to see more of this kind of video, let me know. Give a like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want more regular updates. And as always, thank you to all my Patreon supporters. And I will see you again. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon / morning or day, whatever the hell time it is where you are. And also, I hope you have a lovely 2021 and that it's kind to you, because the whole last year has been terrible for lots of people. So yeah, look after yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, and bye.